Hey, you remember when she made a wacky video about killing a dog?
Yeah.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan. All aboard!
All aboard. Listen. Today is all about accountability. It's literally, it's a refrain that we're going to keep repeating because it's in a song. It's literally a refrain.
Here's the thing. It's not about taking accountability today. It's about saying at some other mystery point that didn't happen, accountability was taken. But not today.
Folks, if you are, thank you for the gift sub to Toxic Gossip Train. Folks, if you are confused about what's going on, don't worry. We have plenty to talk about later today about Colleen Ballinger, who I think, and I'm just going to say this, it's always been my personal opinion that her name is Colleen Ballinger.
Call ball?
And she decided in a theater kid way that she's Colleen Ballinger.
Interesting. Okay.
That's always been, I don't know. It's just a little thing that I've always thought.
I love that.
But it's Miranda Sings, if you're unaware, and she's in a bit of a pickle. She's in a little bit of a hot water.
Yeah.
And
turns out sending inappropriate teens to DMs, pretty bad.
And sending inappropriate DMs to teens. Don't send inappropriate teens to your DMs, and don't send inappropriate DMs to teens.
Correct in both directions. I stand by what I said. We're going to get into that, but we're not going to start with that.
No, God,
we've got other stories to talk about, and Lord knows how much time we're going to spend on this. So,
the first thing that I want to talk about, Saige, is the fact that, I mean, this is tangentially related. When this happened, and we'll talk about it later, but it is an apology, and it does include a ukulele. And here's what I'll say:
is there an apology in that?
Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Boy, we all sure do own ukuleles, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Like, the moment that apology came out, I was flipping through my feed on everything, and everyone was just like, well, this has been in the closet since 2012. Let's go.
Yeah. I, unfortunately, am just quirky enough that mine has not been in any closet and was very accessible.
Yeah, fair. Mine was in the front part of the closet because I'm still aspirational.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm aspirational.
Still think that maybe one day.
Yeah, it's the same reason I still have like a keyboard out, like a piano out in my apartment.
I finally put mine away.
Let me tell you something. Mine has got such a good, fine layer of the dust.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, all right.
This is probably something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Balloon Hands.
We don't.
Mr. Balloon Hands.
We can't.
No, we're taking back the term balloon hands.
Are we?
We're taking back Mr. Balloon Hands.
Okay.
That belongs to the people.
Yeah. So we'll come back around to these conversations, but there's other things. There's gaming news.
The first thing I want to talk about, Saige, is, the Microsoft, PlayStation, Activision, FTC, worldwide. Is this happening? Is this not happening?
There's a lot of words, man.
It's a lot, but there's a lot of moving parts to this whole anti-monopoly thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the weirdest stuff keeps coming out of this monopoly thing. And one of my favorite things about it is that PlayStation's entire legal strategy is to show its whole ass all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
what else?
In order to make the FTC, the EU, all of these, the WWE, all of these, the East Coast, the West Coast Avengers, all of them believe that Microsoft is going to be this huge unstoppable monopoly.
So in order to do that, PlayStation has to be
show,
like, we don't even make any money.
We're just little guys, and we don't have
little guys here at Sony PlayStation. We don't have anything. Nobody even likes our stuff.
Nobody even likes it. We don't even games. They don't. People go. Forget the fact that they basically have like crushed the last two generations.
Yeah.
But the latest thing that they showed is so fascinating to me, Saige. They literally put this in, and I think they asked for it to be redacted, but it wasn't redacted properly. And so PlayStation put this out into the world accidentally. They butt dialed this information into the world. And the information is this. 1 million PlayStation owners play Call of Duty and nothing else.
Not just play, own Call of Duty.
They buy the $500 box and then the $60 game. They pay $600 to only play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
See, why? Hey.
You want to try like one other game? You want to try like one, but this is the thing that we forget.
You never dipped a toe in Fortnite?
Never, just a toe? No.
Well, Valorant?
Here's what I'll tell you. All the people that play Call of Duty and only Call of Duty, there's no way they could, they would play Fortnite and there's no way they could wrap their heads around it.
Yeah.
I think this is mostly, if I had to guess, I'd say it was either older gamers.
I would agree.
Or more sort of like casual social sort of gamers who only play Call of Duty with the bros.
I think that this demographic is both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a mix of the two.
Yeah, I think it's actually literally every guy in it, I stand by what I said, is both of those things.
Yeah.
Is a casual social gamer that is also a little older and not interested in what's coming out or what's going on. Just wants to get on with the bros.
Just get on with the bros. Hey, it's the last day of Pride. Get on with the bros.
Get on with the bros.
This is really, really interesting. I could not have imagined. I definitely imagined that there were people who only play Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the most popular game in the world.
But you'd think they'd at least they'd dabble.
Yeah, they dip their toe into something else. And I didn't think there would be 1 million.
That's a lot.
That's 1 million that just play Call of Duty and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's not the million that's not the other people that are like, well, I play Call of Duty and then like I downloaded God of War, but I like barely play it.
Yeah.
Like we're not even getting into those people.
It's a whole different thing.
It's so fascinating to me because I think in our community, in the community of people who just play a lot of games.
Yeah.
And keep up with gaming stuff. We don't think much about Call of Duty anymore.
Thank God.
Call of Duty comes out.
What a blessing.
And it's one of those things where people, I think it's gotten to the point where people just kind of quietly buy it and play it. And there are a few people that are just like, yeah, I play Warzone.
Yeah.
And that's what you get.
Right.
But I think it's no longer like the big thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But we forget. We forget that anybody can buy a PlayStation.
If
Anybody.
you can find one.
If you can, they're findable now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Xboxes you got to watch out for.
Interesting. Okay.
Because they don't want to sell you one.
I haven't tried in a while. I want to point out how funny.
Have you plugged yours in? Did you plug yours in to play Story of Seasons?
My PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, why would I play on PlayStation?
I don't know. I just thought maybe you'd plug in your PlayStation at some point. Do you have Call of Duty on your PlayStation and nothing else?
I do. Yeah, that's correct.
That's all she plays.
That's all I play. Elise said they found one flavor they like and they never want to try anything else. And then Jelly followed with military vanilla. Military vanilla.
That's the official flavor of America.
Cheers to that.
Hey.
Do you know we sell these mugs?
Do we sell them? You can just go. You
could just have one.
PixelCircus.shop.
Store?
I think did you get both?
No.
No? Then it's PixelCircus.store.
Yeah, it's .store.
If you go to PixelCircus.shop, it's just porn.
It's not true, and don't make someone do that.
Porn.
Please don't make someone do that.
It's wild.
Please.
Dirty,
Anthony?
like
Anthony!
real dirty stuff.
Anthony!
Just intense.
I'll press it.
Like, is this legal? And then it goes into the... And then the 4 pterodactyls... Hey, early internet users, do y'all remember that pterodactyl video? We all saw that, right? That shit was weird as hell. Did you see that pterodactyl video when you were a kid?
No, what's that? What do you mean? Is it dirty? No, I would have been far too frightened.
It was wild. It was in the early days. Thank you, Mr. Laugh 81. Not just for saying you're the right age for the video, but by your username, letting everybody know exactly when you'd have to be born to be the right age for the video.
Let's continue on, I guess.
We could talk more about this big legal proceeding.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's talk about the legal proceeding.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not on that thing.
You're not on it?
What?
I thought you were just on it.
Oh, what's this? You put this. Tell me.
Oh, okay. Another thing that came out in the FTC proceedings is Matter. You might remember Matter. It's Bungie's new IP that's supposed to be coming out. Mm-hmm. This is the big deal. Bungie's next big thing post Destiny is supposed to be coming out. And thanks to the FTC trial and the filings, we now know that Bungie and Microsoft believe that Matter is coming in 2025. Sounds right, but it also sounds too soon.
Yeah.
I know they've been working on it forever.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
weird
know
to think that soon.
And but it feels soon.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, a lot of people are talking about how Bungie needs to fix some other shit first.
Yeah.
But the other thing is this FTC filing doesn't even mention Marathon, which Bungie just announced is coming out, the remake of Marathon. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mention any Destiny expansions after like Beyond Light.
Oh.
Which was 2020.
Yeah.
So it can't be 100% up to date.
Unless.
We already got something after Beyond Light, didn't we?
Oh.
We got something after Beyond Light, and we know that Marathon's coming. Mm-hmm. We know that Bungie trademarked Matter back in 2018. And yeah, we got Lightfall, yeah. It's supposed to be a whimsical loot game. Whimsical. So instead of having the typical Bungie tone of everything is space, epic, amazing, sci-fi, action, fantasy, universe, world within world.
Yeah.
This is just supposed to be
Keep saying words.
This is just supposed to be like some goofy little guys.
Yeah.
Finding some goofy little loots.
Yeah. Kind of like us.
We're just finding some loots.
We're just goofy little guys.
I don't know. Matter in 2025. That would mean that we would get some sort of teaser for Matter soon. Based on the timeline and how large this game is supposed to be, we should get one of those 15-second, this is not a trailer with the logo.
A year and a half early? With the logo and nothing else, sure. I can agree with that. But not even like rendered footage. No. Yeah. Like truly just the logo.
One of those things where you maybe get like a slow camera of the environment.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Okay.
I don't know. It sounds like it's too soon. And I feel like they're all hands on Destiny. They have to be.
All hands on Destiny. Mm-hmm. Fun. Yeah, it's good. They should have do like a series where they actually update us on it called that.
Yeah, all hands on it. Do you remember? This wasn't Bungie, but it's connected in my brain.
Okay.
Do you remember when 343 was giving us Halo updates and it was like, here's us just smashing a piano for 5 minutes?
Yes.
This is our Halo update?
Yeah.
Look at how hard we're working on Halo, and all they did was smash up a piano.
Yeah, they were just like, look at everything that's going into this game. Don't ask us any questions about the timeline or development or the game itself or anything about the gameplay or what's going to be contained within the game or what you're going to be able to actually do in it. Watch us smash a piano.
Yeah, here comes a piano. You're gonna love Halo.
Oh, you're gonna love Halo
you're gonna
someday.
Love Halo. Turns
what
out,
day? Don't ask me that.
But it turns out, everybody was just perfectly fine with Halo.
Yeah. It was a perfectly good Halo.
It was perfectly fine.
Let's talk about 2D.
Yeah, let's talk about
games.
You want to talk about other intense sci-fi action, epic.
World, universe, world within universes, worlds. It's kind of what you did before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with more words than that.
No. Worlds, universes, worlds, within worlds, in the universe.
I don't think it was that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was.
That's an exact quote.
I think we have it on video.
Exact quote.
I don't know.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think I've got it up here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hey, what we're saying is a huge, huge new IP is coming.
Mm-hmm. Ah, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Fucking gotcha, clowns.
Fucking gotcha.
I'm not even going to show it to you.
Yeah.
We're never going to.
Just know
it.
Just know that a cool IP is coming, and we're looking at it right now, and you're not.
How about now? Yeah, there we go.
This is a new game from Keita Takahashi and Annapurna. It's called To a T. It's about you're a little boy who's stuck in a T-pose.
Look at you in your T-pose.
You're a teenager named Teen.
Of course.
Who can't get out of his T-pose.
Something about it looks a little Robloxy. I don't know.
I mean, that's just the Keita Takahashi art style.
Yeah.
You know? This looks like a Keita illustration.
I think this looks very fun.
It's so cute.
His arms just stay like that.
Yeah, he's stuck in a T-pose.
Octodad vibes, yeah.
It's described as a 3D narrative adventure with a strong focus on character, interaction, story, and exploration. So Teen is trying to live their life in a small town, and you have a dog that tries to help you out. And it all becomes things like mini games where you've got to, while you're in a T-pose, figure out how to...
He sped so fast he flew away!
And they said, believe in yourself, you're the perfect shape.
You're the perfect shape. There's music playing for this, but we're obviously not going to play it. We don't want to get hit.
He says, I don't have any idea what perfect means, but I'm not afraid to be me.
That's going to be so adorable.
The mini games include
cute.
things like brushing Teen's teeth, eating food, trying to pet your dog, just doing normal things.
Yes, this sounds very fun.
Something that's very interesting is that Annapurna worked with Able Gamers to get feedback on the game's design to make sure that what they were doing was entirely just fun and silly and cool and sensitive to people with limited mobility and limited ability to get through their day doing these things.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really sweet thing to do where it's like, hey, we know that this is just a silly thing. This is a silly idea that we had.
Yeah.
But we understand that it could potentially affect someone or, feel familiar to people. So we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I think that's really lovely.
I think that's really lovely as well. I want to scroll up to something that happened in chat while we were talking about this.
Sure.
Jonathan Gore said, this is a callback, but I needed to text my sisters to make sure. She just hit me back. She owns a PS5 and only has Call of Duty games.
Whoa.
There's one amongst us.
Whoa.
There's one ancillarily in our mix.
Yeah, but Jonathan Gore also says that they have an uncle that works at Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. Oh yeah. I've got a sister who only plays Call of Duty. My uncle works at Nintendo.
Yeah, so I can kind of get in any game I want. And actually, there's a Pokemon that was originally named after me, but they had to change it.
They had to change it because they were like, you can't keep doing this. You can't be such a cool uncle all the time. We got to stop what you're doing.
So that one, there's a name that's kind of like my name.
The problem is my uncle probably loves me too much.
Yeah.
And is too cool.
Yeah.
And I have too much of a good relationship with my family. That's probably the problem.
That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Anthony?
Saige?
Because we didn't really do our traditional open where we just kind of catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life came out this week.
Yes.
It came out on Tuesday. I streamed it on Wednesday. Now, I knew that this had a very emotional tie for me, that this was a real soft spot in my heart for this game. But sometimes when you replay things as an adult, you realize oh, that's why it meant so much to me as a kid that you didn't get at the time.
Yeah.
And it turns out that a lot of my love for this game was just that this is a person who has like a really nice farm dad and everyone in the town loves them and they have like a strong community.
I came into the stream for like 5 minutes just to see what was going on. And Saige was like, and it's a lovely community and they love me and they all want the best for me.
Yeah.
And they're
all my family.
They're all my family and they take care of me and they all want to make sure that my farm succeeds and there's no capitalism here.
Yeah.
And like
yeah, you just get like a really sweet farm dad. You get like a really
who looks like Golago 13. He looks like the world's greatest sniper, Golago 13.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, the first thing when your farm dad pops up, I was like, did he have to go away on a secret mission to assassinate Hitler?
Probably. He's very cool. And he's like a little curmudgeon-y, but nice to me. Dream. Truly and genuinely the dream. He bought me a cow as a present because he wants to see me succeed.
I got called a curmudgeon 3 times last week.
3 times. You're not a curmudgeon.
I got called a curmudgeon 3 times last week. Maybe that's why you like me, is because I'm a little curmudgeon, but I'm nice to you.
You're not a curmudgeon.
I'm also not nice to you.
That's true. Red Wolf said, well, my father works at PixelCircus, so I always get the coolest news. That's true, and I'm proud of you.
That's right.
Don't you forget it. And I would name a Pokemon after you, but Nintendo won't let me.
Nintendo won't let. They keep saying, no, you can't do it. I want to, speaking of things that meant a lot to us in our childhoods, things that meant a lot to us as a nation here as we head towards Independence Day. we want to thank a veteran for their service. And that veteran is the Gulf War Game Boy from the Nintendo World Store.
Yeah.
The Gulf War Game Boy, if you are unaware, is a Game Boy that literally went to Operation Desert Storm, was a soldier's Game Boy, got hit by a grenade, and still works. Still works. Because, why? Because Gunpei Yokoi doesn't design anything except perfect hardware.
Yeah.
The Ultra Hand himself does not miss. Did not miss.
Do we know
one out.
Why it's been retired? It says here just that it was returned to the headquarters in Redmond, Washington, Nintendo's headquarters.
Yeah, apparently it's just retirement age now. And it's going to collect a pension, but a smaller pension than it was promised.
Yeah, obviously.
And it's not going to get enough help from the VA.
Yeah.
Which is a huge deal.
Of course.
But thankfully, there have been scientific studies that say playing Tetris helps with PTSD.
Oh, good.
And that's all the Gulf War Game Boy does.
Every once in a while, they'll get 10% off at a diner.
I don't know why. I think it's going back into the Nintendo archives. It's entirely possible that like it's getting to the point where it's going to have some capacitor leakage and stuff like that, and it will start to break down. It's already unplayable. The controls have melted.
Yeah.
But it does run Tetris in demo mode. And it might be getting to the point where it can't even do that anymore.
Yeah, so they need to put it into a little more protection.
They're going to put it into a home.
Yeah.
They're putting it into assisted living.
Yeah.
It's going back to Redmond to live with family. And the family, listen, the relatives, they don't really have the money or the time to take it on. But what else can you do? Society's not going to help with that Game Boy.
No, there's nothing in place to take care of that Game Boy.
There's no social safety net.
Yeah.
So now that Game Boy's got to live with a family that's not trained to take care of it properly. I have seen the Gulf War Game Boy many a time.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I used to go to the Nintendo World all the time. Because I would just hop on the train, go to Nintendo World. Anytime something new came out, I'd just be like, let's see if they're doing anything special for it. That's where I met Shigeru Miyamoto.
I do know this story.
That's where I met him and Bill Trinan. But I have seen the Gulf War Game Boy. It's very impressive.
I bet.
I'm actually kind of bummed that it's not going to be there anymore. It was sort of, to me, it was like a big tourist thing about New York.
I never got to see it.
You never got to see the Gulf War Game Boy?
I never got to see the Gulf War Game Boy. I've never been to Nintendo World.
Can I play that on the ukulele? Probably not. You got to go to Nintendo World.
I got to go to Nintendo World.
One of my favorite things, the last time I went to Nintendo World, which was years ago at this point, was they had a Splatoon 2 art exhibit because Splatoon 2 had just come out. And so they had all the Splatoon 2 art, and they made real life versions of a lot of the clothes that the Squid Kids wear.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I just want to dress like a Squid Kid, honestly.
Well, they sold the EDJ hat.
Cool.
But they were sold out by the time I got there.
Yeah. Well, rip.
Rip to the Gulf War Game Boy. Do you still have a lot of old hardware that's still working? Your GameCube's still working? I mean, I know that, it's 20 years old at this point.
My GameCube's still kicking. I have an N64 that's still kicking.
Yeah.
I definitely have ones that I have bought and replaced. So when it's like a different list than the ones that I have from my childhood.
Right.
I have very few things from when I was a kid, just because of the circumstances in which I moved out. So like my Game Boy, or not my Game Boy, my N64 and my GameCube are like one of maybe 5 things that I own from before I was 18 years old.
Wow. I don't have a lot of my classic gaming stuff because, well, I just don't. I was like, do I say this? No, I don't.
Yeah. But that's why I went, the circumstances.
Yeah, the circumstances.
Well, because of circumstances,
because of
you see.
certain family circumstances, I no longer have that stuff. But I do have.
I don't have any of my Game Boys.
I have a lot of my memory cards. Because the way in which they disappeared didn't know how to find my memory cards.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Didn't know how to find my memory cards, or did not know that my memory cards were worth anything.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of memory cards. I have my original Animal Crossing town.
So I want you to know that like that is the one thing I've looked for in my mom's house is the memory card for my GameCube that has my Animal Crossing town on it.
Yeah.
Because truly and genuinely, I can't tell you how much money I would pay.
I am afraid to check into it because
you get yelled at by Rossetti.
They're so mean to you in the first Animal Crossing. If you don't show up and you come back after a while, they're so
you probably
fucking
didn't save
mean
last
to
time.
you.
You probably didn't save either, so it's probably gonna be mad at you.
No, I definitely saved.
I don't know.
I definitely did.
Who did you know when the last time you would open?
You know what's sad?
Animal Crossing is
one day.
Yeah.
You saved Animal Crossing for the last time,
and you didn't know. You didn't even know.
You didn't even know.
Yeah. Not even joking, genuinely makes me so sad. Like, not a bit, genuinely breaks my fucking heart.
One day, you were carried by your father for the last time, and you did not save your Animal Crossing.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, you were. You probably just were too young to remember.
But I think about, so like Stitches was my best friend as a child.
Yeah. Stitches would be so mad at you now.
Very well and healthy. No, Stitches wouldn't be mad at all. Stitches was very nice. I feel like everyone else would be passive aggressive.
20
I feel
years?
like Stitches would be so sad.
20 years? Stitches
I feel like
would be
Stitches
mad.
would just be so sad.
Maybe sad. And I couldn't handle that either.
No, it break my heart.
I couldn't handle that either.
All right, let's move on to a little news from the Discord, shall we? Kodoroku posted this hellish piece of news that I want to start with.
Sure.
Pepsi tweeted out, this is the official Pepsi account, said, "Stop the condiment wars. The undisputed champ is here. Pepsi Cola Chup."
Sweet, salty, and ready to try at select baseball stadiums on July 4th. Hot dogs are better with Pepsi.
That's rough.
Hate late stage capitalism.
It's bad here.
It's real bad
I
here.
want to leave.
It's real bad here. And do you know why it's so bad?
Because of corporations like the Pepsi company?
Because I want to go to a baseball game and try the Cola Chup.
Don't.
I do.
I don't.
Because it's a unique experience. And we've been robbed of all of those except for the ones that cost money and are provided to us by brands.
I mean,
and
that's what this is, yeah.
I just want to feel something.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try the Cola Chup and I'm gonna feel something, Saige. Do you think?
Yeah, a tummy ache.
Do you think it's like the cola candies where they sort of replace the fizzy feeling with like
crackly?
The crackly salts?
Hate it. Ugh. Do you want crackle on your hot dog?
Snap, crackle, hot dog. That's what they always say.
I hate that.
This is terrible.
It's terrible.
But also, if we could buy a bottle right now, would you? I would.
For the bit.
I mean, sure, for the bit, but this whole thing is for the bit. That's what I'm saying.
But other people are just going to hot dogs that aren't making like content.
First of all, calm down. Stop throwing things.
No.
Second of all.
Never. Look, there are other people who don't do a show on the internet that are like, let me just try this. So I'm saying it's not always for the bit. Sometimes they just want to know.
Sometimes it's for the bit. I mean, even
you can have just a bit IRL.
When people want to know, like, oh, I'm just going to try it just to know. That's a bit.
But you know that there is a small percentage of people that are like, that sounds very good. I would like it.
Of course. But most people are doing it for the bit.
And like,
that's what I'm saying is I want to do things for the bit. That's where I'm at in life. Spend a little money to do things for the bit because that's all we got.
Sure. I won't go to a baseball game.
There are no public places or walkable cities, but try some Cola Chup for $8.
Yeah, third spaces have been completely eliminated because reliance on community is the escape from capitalism. But, you know, go to a baseball game and try a Pepsi Chup.
It's Cola Chup. It's Pepsi Cola Chup.
Whatever.
I want to
spill on myself while I said it. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
First of all, stop throwing things, and second of all, you're drunk.
The two are related. Yeah.
But here's some of these weird food things we genuinely love the idea of. Do you remember we wanted to find that weird Coke that was supposed to taste like the internet?
Yeah.
Like, I did kind of want to taste the Coke that was supposed to taste like the internet.
It was supposed to taste like specifically the metaverse, which I assumed tasted like body odor.
I heard that the Apple AR glasses are actually trending really well. Like, there's really good reception about them from Gen Alpha. Because Gen Alpha genuinely hates the internet in a lot of ways. And they don't want to interact with the internet as themselves.
Yeah.
And so they also don't like learning technology because they feel trapped by it. And so they just want to put on glasses and have a fake body in the internet so no one knows who they are and they don't have to interact with things.
Weird.
It was like a consumer study.
Fascinating. I have been seeing stuff about how people are like resorting to avatars and how like the potential next phase of this is people completely being back into avatars and not putting themselves on the internet. But like my niece is Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
And she's all up in it. She loves the internet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think
very curious.
I always say,
but that's one kid, you know.
I always say to people that if I did not have to be publicly on the internet for work, like as me.
Yes.
If I did not have to publicly be on the internet as me, for work, I simply wouldn't.
I'd be a meme raccoon account.
Oh yeah. You would not know who I am. I'd just be some like weird, right now my avatar would be like somebody spitting up a grimace shake.
Yeah.
And my name would be like, I don't know, something with Riz in it as a joke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'd be like a portmanteau of two names.
Nice.
You know?
Sure.
I'd be one of those kids.
Yeah.
And I'd just tweet dumb shit all day, every day. God. It sounds beautiful.
It's not that far off from what you do.
It sounds beautiful.
It's not that different.
It's a little different.
All right, let's continue with more stuff from the Discord. This comes from Skywalker. Skywalker dropped the trailer for something that I thought was going to be Sage news for
Ella
Sages.
Riz Gerald, Charizda Flockhart.
That's good. Ella Riz Gerald's very good.
That's good.
Yeah. Grizz.
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, we're reaching.
No, but that's the one I would use because it's bad.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's not bad at Gay Elephant, but it's terrible. It is terrible in the right way.
Yeah.
I think you know that.
Yes. Okay, so this next piece of news is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Quest for Balance. Official reveal trailer for the Avatar: The Last Airbender video game coming out. It has solo play, 2-player local or online co-op, to play as one of 9 different Avatar characters. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is going to be awesome. But let's just watch it together.
Okay.
Are you still getting names?
We're still getting good names. We'll come back to them.
So I looked at this and I was like, oh, wow. You know what this reminds me of very specifically? It reminds me of the PS2 SpongeBob games.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
This looks like a high-end mobile game from 4 years ago, a student game from 8 years ago, or a fan game. This looks trash.
It looks really bad. I was also very surprised that it is just the story of the show.
Yeah. But we never really got a game that was that.
We didn't, but I'm surprised we're doing it now. Like, it felt like we missed that window.
Yeah.
I was talking to Kaylee about it and was like, do Avatar fans want that? And I was like, not really, but like, I'd do it if it looked good.
Hey, do you know why? Right
Why?
there. 3 logos in. Game Mill.
Yep.
If you see Game Mill, you know exactly what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like.
Yeah, people were wondering, like, is it a gacha game? No, this is a console game. It's coming to PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. Like, this is not a mobile game. This is their full game.
This is the Avatar game. And let me tell you, if this had come out when it was supposed to.
Yeah, if
and
this
it
had
looked
come
like
out when I was in middle school.
And it looked like that and it moved like that on an Xbox 360. Whew.
I had a great time.
That would have been amazing.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, there were those SpongeBob games at the time that looked just like this.
Yeah,
there was like a Quest for Bikini Bottom.
It looks like every PS2 licensed game.
Yeah.
And I'll give it maybe PS3. At least some of the effects lean towards PS3. The animation is so bad.
It's so bad.
When it's a game based on a show that is known for like pulling off some really good animation with low budgets.
I was very surprised by this. Where are you going, bud?
I'm getting your mouse back because
we don't really need it right now.
No, we do. We do.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah, we need it right now.
Okay. Here it is.
We need it right now. Because I just want to go back through some of this.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody said this was made in PlayStation Dreams. That's the first thing I said to you.
You did.
I was like, this looks like I've seen better fan games for Avatar in Dreams. There was one fan game that was being made for Avatar in Dreams where I was like, this is unbelievable looking. I can't believe they're pulling this much off.
Mm-hmm.
It looks better than the Game Mill game. Let's see. We've got Rizzolian Isles.
Nice. Uh-huh.
We've got Rizzy Neutron.
Okay. All right.
Brisney Spears.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Risley Adams.
Okay.
Rizzy McGuire.
Mm-hmm.
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz is a favorite of mine personally.
And then somebody says Rizzle my schnizzle.
Mm-hmm.
This is all good. This is all good shit.
Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, Pacific Riz.
Yeah, you would have been Queen Elizabeth for a minute.
Queen Elizabeth
when
is
she died.
good.
Yeah.
Is good. Lord of the Riz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Texas Riz Saw Massacre. Now that's more just like something somebody would tweet at midnight back in like 2014, but
yeah.
I'll say it's okay.
Yeah.
Pear is more. That's a good one. Risley's Believe It or Not.
Very good.
The best Avatar game.
Uh-huh.
It's that top-down RPG for the Game Boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one. Where you switch between the 3 characters, the 4 characters.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, I started playing I don't remember which one. It was something that was just like in my Retroid library that I realized I had never played. And it looks the same as this. It's something from a Game Boy. It wasn't a top-down though.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the same quality.
Yeah, it was like the one that I remember that was very good was kind of like a top-down Zelda-ish action RPG where you swapped between the characters and they all had different abilities.
Yeah.
And that was great. I don't know why. I mean, the Platinum Games one was better than people gave it credit for because it was like a $15 game.
Yeah.
People just weren't used to downloadable games yet. Charizard.
Rizzler on the roof. Rough.
That could also be Fiddler on the Riz. And you could also say Putting on the Riz.
Yeah, Putting on the Riz is good.
Putting on the Riz. Harrison Ford.
That's really good too.
And Charizda Flockhart.
Yeah.
Baby, that's a beautiful marriage. We saw them.
We did.
At the premiere.
Yeah.
She's Lil.
And he's tall.
He's tall and she's Lil.
He's tall.
Let me tell you something. when they're like, oh, when you get old, it's bone density and you shrink and blah, blah, blah. Well, he must have been
how big was he?
He must have been 9'7", because that man was big.
Harrison Ford is 80 years old.
We saw him lift a child over his head at the premiere of Indiana Jones.
And throw it.
And throw that child over a balcony. Yeah. And then he looked at all of us and said, no ticket. And we were like, Harrison, that's not... I know it's your night, bud, and you're feeling yourself, but that's a little too far.
I told him it was okay.
We did see him lift a child over his head.
We did. It was actually very impressive.
He lifted up this kid and was like, ha ha.
Put him up on his shoulder.
Oh,
it was very
get off my plane.
It was actually genuinely very sweet and wholesome.
I know. You said, I don't know, fly casual.
Last thing from the Discord is the trailer for Blade Runner Labyrinth. This is Blade Runner 2033. This is posted by Annapurna. What did you think of this trailer?
I think it looks very good.
It's like a reveal. It's not really like a trailer.
Yeah, it's not really a trailer. So there is a Blade Runner timeline, right?
Yes, of course.
And this puts it, after after the original movie. Mm-hmm. This puts it sort of like a little after the anime, but before, obviously, the Ryan Gosling movie.
Yeah.
And I'm interested because the best Blade Runner game ever made was the classic DOS-like PC adventure game.
Sure, yes.
That's the best Blade Runner game. And that's I think that's the best kind of Blade Runner game because they're detective stories.
Yeah.
And I think that Annapurna, who's the developer on this? They'll show it at the end.
Yeah. I'll skip ahead a little bit.
I think this could be extremely interesting. At first, I thought that this was Blade Runner 2023.
Mm-hmm. No.
And I was like...
That'd be very funny.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of cool to show it as like... Alcon
Interactive, yeah.
Yeah, they've done shit.
They've done stuff.
That's a medical company.
Yeah. Interactive's an important word.
Yeah. Let's see. Alcon Entertainment. What have they done? They sound familiar to me. And
honestly, they haven't done a lot in games.
No, that's why they sound familiar to me because they do TV and movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be heavily cinematic because of that. They're focusing on the playable movie style.
Now this is interesting. They did do the Blade Runner Revelations VR for Google Daydream when it launched.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2018. Mm-hmm. And I do remember that being pretty good. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It was tough as hell to play, though, because you had to have a Google Daydream fucking compatible headset.
Yeah.
I forget where I wound up having to play it. I think it was at a VR dev's house because they had to have like all the different headsets. I was like, oh shit, you got that Blade Runner?
Yeah. All right. That is the last of the Discord news.
So
I think we can finally talk about...
I'm sorry. We have some stuff that's coming in from the live studio audience saying that Blade Runner is their first in-house developed game. So it looks like Annapurna is making it with Alcon. And that's interesting because it means that Annapurna is now getting into actual hands-on development, not publishing, which I think is a huge deal because Annapurna makes some really great games. I think that they're one of the best AA publishers out there right now.
I agree. We love Annapurna in this house.
And they've done something that I think, as far as AA publishers go, only Devolvers manage to do as well, which is they feel like they have a house style.
Yeah.
They're not just a publisher. You have an idea of what a vibe is going to be like from an Annapurna thing.
Which allows you to have a level of trust with the publisher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be pretty cool. I'm interested in this. And, also just because I fucking love Blade Runner.
Of course.
Do you know, that's the cops. They're coming for us.
Because we love Blade Runner
Because we love Blade Runner too much.
Actually, they're coming to get Colleen Ballinger.
That's what they're coming for.
Actually, they're on their way to go get Colleen. Let's talk about it.
Colleen Ballinger.
Let's fucking talk about it. Yeah, you getting, yeah?
We got to talk about it.
Okay.
Hey. Hi. It's been a while. And I just wanted to bring up what trash YouTubers are. because we haven't really discussed that in a few weeks. Boy, oh boy. This is top tier YouTube. This is the best. This is
good as it gets.
This is GOAT. This is one, I think this might be the best all-time tone deaf, horrible YouTube apology ever.
Okay.
We're gonna show some of it.
We're going to show some of it, but I think we have to get into the story first at the end of the day. Because there are people who are definitely seeing a lot of it that are like inundated with what this video is.
Yes.
That actually aren't necessarily informed on what happened in the first place. So let's start with what the allegations are against Colleen Ballinger. Sierra said, "I'm not a groomer, just a loser." Iconic line, perfect moment. So, the worst YouTuber apology of all time comes from a bunch of people who are now a little bit older that had experiences with Colleen over the course of her YouTube career. One of the biggest things that is not just an allegation, but there is countless screenshots, video recordings, proof of, is her engaging in inappropriate conversations with teenagers.
Yeah, so Colleen Ballinger is known mostly as Miranda Sings.
Yep.
She became popular with the character back in 2008. This is a character that's existed on YouTube for over a decade now, and she's managed to stay incredibly popular, which is not something that happens very often in YouTube.
It's really not.
And you know, this is a character that she plays. She's a theater kid, and she plays a tone deaf theater kid, both tone deaf in terms of being able to sing, and in also in their understanding of their self and their talent. You know, one of those, she said that she based it on all the people she saw on YouTube. And this is one of the first red flags about Colleen
it's
Ballinger,
hateful as shit.
is she said, I was posting me singing songs, performing songs on YouTube, and I would see the related videos, and it would be these teen girls singing these songs a cappella horribly. And I was just like, oh my God. It's like, okay, so I just saw all these kids that were just not as good as me.
Yeah.
I was really like, ew, they're trying to put their video on my YouTube.
Yeah. So it's very funny because in reference to that, there's actually an interview with Shane Dawson talking about Colleen Ballinger from many years ago, where he's like, yeah, Colleen has like a pretty innocent image, and like is saying this lovingly as someone who was close friends,
but
which
she
also
is the
red
most
flag.
hateful.
She is the most hateful, heinous person I know.
Yeah.
Nobody loves to talk shit more than Colleen. And like, it's always a red flag to have been close friends with Shane Dawson in the first place. But like to have Shane Dawson be like, that's the most hateful person I know, like lovingly. Wow, what a positive. I feel like it's wild. And yes, Colleen also got a season of a show with Netflix.
Yeah.
A Miranda Sings TV show.
The timeline is basically, she started blowing up on YouTube. And then, if I remember correctly, one of her first big breaks was Jerry Seinfeld's daughter was very into Miranda Sings.
Fascinating. I didn't know that.
He saw the character, thought the character was hilarious, had her as her character on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Really?
Yeah, which then led to her getting like a lot of talk show stuff.
Wild.
A lot of like big stuff. She has a series with Netflix. But this whole time, she's had two brands and two channels. Channel number one is Miranda Sings, which is this character with like the crazy lipstick and the bad singing and the bad attitude. And then the other channel is Colleen Ballinger, which is her channel where she's just like the sweetest lady, just giving advice to the kids, talking to
like
people about life.
Almost kind of family vlogging now.
Yeah, she's a mommy vlogger in a way, like since she had her kid.
So the allegations.
Yes, but it turns out.
So what she actually did.
Yeah.
Colleen, there are screenshots of her in group chats where fans would add her to group chats, and she would jump in with all of these teenagers that were big fans of her, and it's very normal. I get added to group chats by strangers all the time. I immediately remove myself or just do not accept the invitation because that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But not Colleen. Colleen thought, you know what'd be funny? Let me ask all these kids if they're virgins and what their favorite sex positions are.
So she was known very early on. One of the reasons she got such a groundswell of fame on YouTube is she was one of those YouTubers who replied to almost every comment, replied to almost every tweet, would like, if you sent her an email or a DM, it was known that she would like write you back.
Sometimes intimately describing details of sex with her husband to a teenager.
Yeah, she would invite teens into group DM sessions and group chats and ask them questions, which she sometimes couched apparently as research for playing a teenage character, and then sometimes just was like, hey, bestie, it's me, and I just wanted to know, like, do you masturbate?
So, like,
what?
Like, it's absolutely fucking bananas. And it ranges from Miranda as a character. One of the bits was that she's like an intense prude and thinks that everybody else is pornographic. So a lot of that she can pass off as doing that, which is already a weird fucking bit to do to teenagers. Stop it. And she would do that at her live shows a lot. And she would bring people up on stage and she would do these kind of bits with it. And there's a bunch of people who talked about feeling violated and uncomfortable on stage on her tour over the course of years, both this tour that's happening right now, because she's still on tour as Miranda right now. She has like one show left on the tour.
This stuff is all coming out as she's doing the tour.
Yeah, and from previous tours that she's done.
No, but I mean, like, it's all coming out right now while she's doing this tour.
Yes.
This current one. But so one of the biggest things, the first time she got into trouble was with Adam McIntyre, who is a YouTuber now. At the time, became friends with Colleen by like just being in her live streams and stuff and tweeting at her and apparently being very funny, because Adam's a very entertaining YouTuber if you've ever seen any of their stuff. Was asked by Colleen and her ex-husband to, and this is while I believe he was 14, 15, something like that when he started, asked, hey, you should do some social stuff for us. Just like, you're so funny. Why don't you?
Paid.
Yeah, why don't you do some social stuff for us? And then like, I want you to know that I don't want to take advantage of you. Like, as you do this stuff, you know, if it works out well, you know, we'll eventually turn this into a paid thing because I think you're so funny and you're so cool. This is somebody who, by the way, she first became aware of him when he made a very funny comment apparently on her live stream. And she thought, and she was doing giveaways to people who made funny comments. Sent this 14-year-old boy at the time lingerie,
panties.
brawn panties, which he said his mother opened and immediately took away from him.
Correct, because a stranger like, on the internet is sending their teenager lingerie.
Why is a 30-year-old woman sending you lingerie?
Which like her husband at the time was like trying on the live stream and had worn. It was really fucking weird. Anyways, Adam now has been leading this because they shared their story.
Sierra missed the state of the lingerie is used or not.
It's the fact that you're sending lingerie to a teenager.
An adult does not send lingerie to a child.
Yeah.
That's not like, sure, if it was used, it would be weird.
Right.
Sure. Like,
that was Corey, not her ex-husband.
Yeah.
Okay. Corey's a friend, I guess.
Yeah.
Corey's also one of the people who's under hot water with us. I don't know anything about Corey. That's like apparently her best friend that keeps defending her.
Yeah, but also apparently texting underage girls.
So moving on with that, at the time, Alex was a part of it and essentially got in trouble for almost getting Colleen canceled because they made a tweet about it saying, I'm coming out. And it was a video of her coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan for some reason. That was like a dumb bit.
So Adam had been tweeting for Colleen at that point for like months, saying like a lot of the stuff that they did for Colleen went viral, all this stuff. And after this tweet went out saying, hey, it's a big deal. I'm coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan. Everybody was like, hey, queer baiting's not cool. Don't do this.
Right.
Colleen was like, hey, this did not go well. Like, this is not cool. Ghosts Adam. And then begins to tell people Adam put that up without being reviewed by her. When she reviewed every single thing that they talked about the bit for a very long time and she was down with it. Not only that, she apparently started spreading, this is about a teenager.
Yeah,
she apparently
15 at the time.
She apparently started spreading rumors that this teenager was out to get her, was starting hate sites about her. She essentially went into protect myself mode.
Yeah, and was like,
throw a child under the bus.
Yeah.
If you think it's funny that it's giving Trisha Paytas, just wait until we tell you that she has a podcast with Trisha Paytas right now.
Now, they never released their first episode officially.
Did.
They did a full promo thing that they were supposed to be doing. But one of the other things that she is accused of is downloading videos from Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans and sending them to teens as well to like make fun of Trisha.
Very cool. So this comes out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Adam says that all this stuff happened. Adam gets a wild amount of hate from the Miranda Sings fans, the Colleen fans. Apparently still gets hate, has filed police reports, was being followed, all of this stuff because Colleen this adult was basically saying, this child is a liar and is trying to destroy your beloved Aunt Colleen.
Yep.
Get them.
Yeah.
So this is 3 years ago. Now, there is new stuff that has been coming to light about how she's been doing this repeatedly.
Screenshots, videos of group chats, videos from her live shows, all of it coming together was finally the perfect storm to get enough people outside of Colleen's fandom to see it.
Yeah.
When you just show it to her fans, they're all like, fuck you. And when you see it from the outside, you're like, hey, whoa, hold on. And now it's obviously a massive piece of news. So
we have to show it on mine so we have audio. We have to.
Yeah, okay. Do it.
We have to.
You want me to put it in there?
Yeah.
I got you. So we're going to take a look at what she decided to do. Colleen was quiet for like a week after this came out.
Because oh no, I'm on tour and blah, blah, blah. There's some weird stuff, y'all.
So
there's some weird stuff. I want to play just like the first bit of this without saying a word.
Video.
There it is.
Yeah, so we're just going to watch a little bit of it. And we do still have, we have something special for you guys at the end of the show today. We're going to talk about this for another minute, but we have a video to play for you later of something that's like a little bit of an exclusive.
Yeah.
All right.
Get this.
All right. You get it ready. And we're just going to watch a little bit. This was her quote unquote apology video that she decided to release. Let's just take a look. Please.
It's been a while since I saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. A lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true, though.
There's evidence.
As long as it's entertaining to you.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Let's stop right there. Number one, to get out a ukulele during whether you believe you need to apologize or not, when you are dealing with allegations about
grooming
of grooming teenagers, you decide to get out. You're like, the problem is you're taking advantage of an audience of children. Well, I have a little song about that for the kids. What? Absolutely
There's literally
not.
It's Always Sunny bit about this.
Yes, don't diddle kids, don't diddle kids, we don't diddle kids.
Like, nuts. This is a sitcom. It's not real. It can't be real. My personal favorite top comment when I looked at it just said, no way. Because it's just no way.
I haven't seen a ukulele get pulled out on YouTube since New Girl season 1.
Right?
Like, I literally have not.
Since the Zooey Deschanelification of us all.
So she says that things are untrue and she wants to talk about them.
The toxic gossip train. Driving down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to the manipulation station. Toxic gossip train. Tied to the tracks and harass me for my past. 'Cause rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps that won't survive in the crash, but hey, at least you're having fun.
Look at all of these people coming after me, saying these things that aren't true, but hey, at least you're having fun with it, right? At least watching you destroy me. I won't survive the crash, she says. I won't survive the crash, she says. Now, keep in mind, the things that people are talking about with regards to Colleen are highly documented to the point where Rolling Stone ran an investigative report on it.
Yeah, because she's grooming teenagers.
Because she's grooming
People
teenagers.
are investigating
and
it.
there is documentation of it all. And she's just like, hey, I want to talk about some of these things that are not quite true. Keep in mind, she never does. She never says, this is true, this is not true. She never says, these things never happened.
No.
She
just
simply says, people are attacking me. People are attacking me and they're saying false things. What false things?
What false things? Now, throughout this, she continues to not apologize. I have a personal favorite part of this video. We're not gonna watch the whole thing.
No.
It's 10 minutes long. I have a few favorite parts of it. I'm going to have to take that away.
No, you're not.
There's a few favorite parts of mine. Obviously, the fact that it has a chorus in itself is just very funny to me.
Yeah, Toxic Gossip Train, that part right there.
Yeah.
It's a chorus.
Yeah.
It's just verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, verse.
Yeah. 10 minutes long, and she sings the entire time. I want you to know she never puts the ukulele away.
No, she never puts the ukulele away. She keeps saying things like accountability.
Yes.
Accountability is literally something she says
already took it
4 times
Uh-huh.
in the song. She's like, I just want to take accountability. That's literally a line that she says in the song.
You don't want me to take accountability, do you?
Yeah. Well, she says them both.
Yeah.
She says them both. She says, I want to take accountability, or this is about accountability.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
then she
that's
says,
what it
but
is.
you don't actually want to see me take accountability because it's more fun to yell. Lady, you haven't taken accountability for one thing.
For anything.
You're just singing about how people are being mean to you.
That's it.
Now, my favorite part
Uh-huh.
is that the song has an ending.
A false ending, yeah, and an encore.
The song has an ending. And I want to see if I can pull this up.
Well, there's a part before that, because I didn't get to say my favorite part.
Oh, okay.
We moved on. She says, when you stab me in my little bony back, and she turns sideways to show that she's skinny.
She's so skinny.
She said, you think I'm skinny?
I'm too skinny.
You can't stab me in
I'm
my
too skinny.
little bony back.
Oh my God, there's nowhere for the knife to go.
Why would you say that? Why would you ever say that?
Stab me in my bony little back.
What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
Is this the false end? Where is it?
So essentially, she does the YouTuber thing where she goes to like cover the camera to end
I'm showing
it.
it. I found it.
Uh-huh.
So there are a couple times during this where she stops and she does like the soulful look off.
Yeah.
And it's very rehearsed. It never happens in the middle of a line.
No.
She never gets like
so rehearsed.
she never gets like emotionally worked up in the middle of anything. She simply just when it's time
And then
to,
continues.
Yeah, when it's time to have emotions. She there's a line where she says, "I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser."
That's my personal
who
favorite.
thought talking to teens was okay.
She says, I'm not a groomer, just a loser.
Hey, do you think groomers think they're groomers? Do you think racists think they're racist?
Another great line.
Do you think any of the nobody describes themselves that way?
No.
No groomer says, "Yeah, I'm a groomer." A groomer, if when they are caught, will say, "No, this was they were genuinely my friends.
No, I'm just a loser."
They'll say these were genuine relationships. These kids are different, and I saw something in them, and blah blah blah.
So that's the thing she keeps saying is I just didn't know boundaries. And now here's what I'll give you. When YouTube was new, when people were on early YouTube, there was a level of people figuring out what the power difference was between being a content creator and fans, because you weren't in the traditional position of celebrity. But what I will also say is there was never a point where we would have to be figuring that out between adults and teens. So even if you were like, I didn't know how to have boundaries with my fans, I didn't know where that line was with fans, you still did with teenagers.
Also, at this point, you got famous 15 years ago. You've been famous the majority of your adult life. You clearly know enough on how to navigate fame to have your privacy, to get the things that you want out of fame, to have the relationships with people that you want from fame. you can't just say, oh, but this part of fame I didn't know about.
Again, it's not about, this is just legal.
And you also can't say that, oh, I didn't know back in the day when Adam's stuff came out in 2020 and this stuff came out this year and it's from the previous couple of years.
And you're still not finding the fault in it. And you always knew it was wrong to ask teens about their sex lives. You always knew. Anyways, let's watch this false ending.
Yeah. So the song ends.
Rumors look like facts when you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey. Hope you had some fun.
Just the real, like, slate your name for this audition of the whole thing.
100%.
Just the whole thing.
Yeah. She's going to do profiles, show both hands.
The rehearsal of this, the staring for the emotional weight of it. It's like,
so
hey,
good.
I hope you're having fun.
And her mismatched foundation.
And then she's like, okay, it's time to go. This is over. No, you know what?
Wait a minute.
I have one more thing I want to say. And it's also rehearsed and musical.
You guys know something.
I still take no responsibility.
It's also rehearsed and musical. Oh, I just thought of something.
And all it is her being like, you know what? I'm not a bad person. And it's just her like repeating that over and over again and being like, just because I sexted with teens doesn't make me a bad person over and over and over again. And that's the video.
Yeah, we do want to say there's a very important conceit to this entire thing.
There is.
You may be wondering why the ukulele and all this stuff.
Why would she do this?
She says in the beginning, my team advised me not to talk about this, but they didn't say I couldn't sing about it. Like, literally, that's her open. That's her intro to the whole thing. And first of all, I want to say, number one, your team absolutely told you couldn't sing about this. Do you know what I mean? Like, your team.
I don't know, maybe they didn't.
And also, your team, you're the boss.
Is it comprised of teenagers still?
Yeah. The teens said not to do this. But they don't even fuck right.
Sorry, when she said...
The teens say not to do this, but they don't even fuck right as far as they tell me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not going to listen to people who don't know how to fuck.
She said team and she meant teen on accident. It was a fumble. But actually, we do actually have something on that. There was a video that hasn't circulated yet. It's an exclusive that we have. Breaking news exclusive of Miranda's team talking about this and kind of like reacting to this video coming out.
Yeah.
So
we had to talk to our lawyer and make sure that this was okay when this was sent to us, because it is wild.
We'll be right back with the video.
sorry. I just got the call. What's going on? Why is she on YouTube? Why is she on YouTube? We told her not to be on YouTube.
Hey man, we fucked up.
What do you mean we fucked up? We told her very specifically, you are not to make a statement about this. Do not talk to anyone about this.
Yeah, exactly. We told her we couldn't. We told her she couldn't talk.
Great. So what's the problem? Why is she? What's the misunderstanding?
We didn't tell her she couldn't sing.
Fuck.
We didn't. No, look.
What's rule number one? What's rule number one? Tell Colleen she cannot sing.
We didn't tell her. We didn't tell her.
Fuck. That is rule number one, and she knows that. Ugh. You know what she's like? She's like my husky.
Uh-huh.
You know Gerald?
Yeah.
She's like, if I can train Gerald not to get a cookie out of the jar.
Yeah, but
that
you can't train him not to talk to teens.
I can't train him not to talk to teens about sex. Fuck. Or, and I just can't, if she sees a loophole, she's going to go for it.
Yeah.
Why did we not tell her not to sing?
Well, here's the thing. It keeps
also,
going.
who gave her the ukulele back?
I don't know. I thought we took it away a good 10 years ago. Are there more ukuleles? Can people still buy ukuleles?
I went through her home last week when Adam's new video came out, and I thought, all of the hidden ukuleles. There was the one taped under the living room table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was the one up on top of the counter.
Yeah.
I found the one in the rose bushes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I found I've checked all the places where she hides ukuleles and pills.
Bathroom cabinet.
Bathroom cabinet.
You checked there for the pills. You didn't check for the ukulele.
I didn't check.
Hey,
well, I also, I don't check the bathroom cabinet because that's where she tends to keep like the kid stuff.
Hey, it's 10 minutes. Dennis, it's 10 minutes.
How can it be 10 minutes?
I don't know. She doesn't actually say sorry in any of it.
Well, does she take accountability?
She says the word accountability. She says the only thing she's ever groomed were her 2 Persian cats.
She made a grooming joke?
Yeah, she made a grooming joke.
She made a joke about grooming in the grooming apology?
Yeah, I've got the transcript here. You can also see the part where she talks about being really skinny for some reason.
Did we forget to tell her she looks thin? Did we forget to tell her she looks thin yesterday?
I don't know, man. Or maybe we told her too much. I don't know.
Do you know what happens if we don't tell her she looks thin? She starts getting needy.
Look, she's still got shows left on the tour.
We're not doing the tour.
She says she's going to finish the tour.
We can't finish the tour. One of the complaints was that she sexualized a teenager on the tour.
Yeah, I know, and her plan for the last show is big.
What do you mean big? What do you mean big?
Look, she labeled it as PG-13.
What do you mean big?
She labeled it as PG-13.
No, I'm bringing up her Amazon. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a lot of body oil.
Yeah.
Why would she order that much body oil?
No, it's baby oil.
Oh, God, it is.
It's for babies.
It's for literal babies.
It's just for babies. She was planning on oiling all the babies.
We got to stop her before she gets on that plane. What time did the plane leave?
Shit. Oh, God, the response video's up. Hold on.
Hey, you remember when she made a wacky video about killing a dog?
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
No, that's real.
She made a hilarious video, a wacky video about like what she was like as a kid.
Yeah.
And she was like, I had such anger issues. I have so much anger.
But like, this wasn't a joke. I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
So she was saying she had such anger issues that she was like really rough and aggressive with this dog, and the dog bit her.
The dog bit her to defend itself.
Yeah. And they had the dog put down.
She was like, we had to put the dog to sleep. And I want you to know that the way she told this story was in the tone that I just had, with hilarious music underneath it.
Yeah.
Like it was basically the TikTok, like, happy, happy, happy. Boop, 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 boop. Like, I'm so quirky, a dog died.
Yeah.
I'm so quirky that I murdered a dog.
Yeah.
I'm not like other girls. I'm a dog murderer who grooms children.
Adam had the chance to do the funniest thing here. And I'm so pleased to report that they did. This was Adam's response video after seeing it within hours of the video coming out. Bless. That's, in my opinion, the worst YouTuber apology of all time, and I've watched all of them.
I love them. Listen, I love them. When we talked about how I will suck down a bottle of the Cola Chup just to feel something.
Yeah.
I fucking love a YouTuber apology.
Yeah.
There is something so cathartic about just the worst kind of person doing the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
And just having, it's not as good as legal consequences.
No.
But for my purposes,
Yeah. Faced for the first time with the
It's
consequences
so-
of their actions, shocked by them.
It's so good. It's so good.
And yes, Shelley Von Miller, I have seen the TikToker that did an interpretive dance apology because that was also.
Yes, I remember her.
That's up there. That's
I remember her where she was just like, and people, and she danced.
Hers
And she's
about
like,
assaulting someone in their sleep.
she assaulted somebody in their sleep, an ex of hers, and she was like, she made it about her body issues.
Yeah.
And how she was free of them and how she's learning.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what about assaulting people in their sleep?
So what about that?
Do you know what my favorite thing was? It was like, I want to say it was like 2015, 2016. It was the year where there was so much shit going down with YouTubers that the big Halloween costume, do you remember, was people with like a fake YouTube apology frame around them?
Yeah.
I was just like, this is truly...
A moment.
This is a moment. In time. Oh, it's beautiful.
Well,
What's your other than Colleen? What's your fave?
ooh. Okay, it's hard to choose. A favorite of all time? I mean,
The Shane Dawson.
it's the Shane Dawsons of it all. And I say this as somebody who despises Shane Dawson. The Shane Dawsons are good. Laura Lee's was great.
Oh, I forgot about Laura Lee.
Lee's was really good, rehearsed crying.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's hard always to compare with a Paul brother.
No, I think Logan post-Suicide Forest
Yeah.
was true peak tone-deaf YouTube apology.
Yeah. I think it was, oh no, it's Tana. It's gotta be Tana. Wait.
Oh, TanaCon?
Her TanaCon apology that was not an apology at all was so funny.
TanaCon, where she was like,
it's gotta be Tana.
where she was like, I got screwed on this. I just, mwah. I was in a video with her.
I do know this.
I was in a video with her. I met her when she was like 17, and I was like, oh no, you're a mess already.
Tana made a response video to this. Tana made a TikTok screaming watching this video going, this can't be fucking real. This can't be fucking real. It's so good.
She's kind of grown into like her drunk wine mom era, though.
She has. All I think of Tana as is bleach and tone. Bleach and tone. A bleach and tone. Personally. Iconic. God. However, my favorite video on this, I actually, Anthony, will you pull it up? I put it in here.
Yeah.
Peach PRC, who's my favorite TikToker.
You love Peach.
I love Peach.
She's not just your favorate TikToker. I think she might be your favorite person.
I love her so much. I think she's so funny and so great and so talented.
I did watch, I think you sent this to me.
I did send it to you.
To jump on the toxic gossip train, but I can't laugh.
All for the end.
My makeup up. I could never in a million years imagine a YouTuber apology starting with all aboard. I am gonna fuck my makeup up. I need to stop. Stop. A ukulele apology. Truly innovative and unreal.
Truly
I
innovative.
feel like this is a Black Mirror episode. What the fuck? The way she stopped halfway through and went, my lonely little buck. You're trying to Zoe Deschanel us into being like, yeah, no worries, queen. Carry on. I didn't know what that was. And it was 10 minutes.
It's
And
the
you
ending.
didn't have my birthday. It was 10 minutes. It was a 10-minute long video. She said, all too well, Taylor Swift, move along. She said, Bo Burnham, move along. I was waiting for Miranda to come out halfway through. I was waiting for her to put the lipstick on and be like, I didn't grow many children. To jump on the toxic gossip train.
I didn't grow many.
I am a little surprised that we didn't get a surprise guest appearance by Miranda.
I'm shocked, truly.
Oh, Tom Biden brings up an interesting point. That apology is
It's
exactly
such
it's a monetizable length.
A really
It's
monetizable
just over
length.
10 minutes long.
Oh, that's so funny. That's why she needed that extra verse. That's why she needed the encore. She had to hit that 10 minutes.
I just thought of this. Do you know what the vibe of that whole thing is? The vibe of that whole thing is that famous audition tape from that actor in the 70s who sent his audition to like Martin Scorsese. You know, the guy who was from Juilliard and he was in like a leather jacket.
Yes.
Have you ever seen this? Where he's like, hello, Mr. Scorsese. I'm from Juilliard, the finest training establishment in the country. And I say that not because I'm proud, but as a humble admission of my dedication to the craft. You will see many faces this day, Mr. Scorsese. Some will be more attractive than mine, others less attractive. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
So good.
What are you doing?
There's a bit in Victorious where Ariana Grande's character gets put on vocal rest by her doctor.
Yeah.
And she goes, they didn't say I couldn't say.
Didn't Miranda show up as a character on Victorious?
Was it Victorious? I think it was another show. Someone else mentioned a cameo.
She showed up on like one of those Disney Channel or Nickelodeon shows, like as Miranda for like iCarly.
Perfect.
She was on iCarly for a couple episodes.
Absolutely perfect.
God.
Y'all, that's it. It's 10:30. We got to wrap up the show.
Hey, we apologize for having to leave.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony. Actually, you play, because my nails are too long. I'm going to pull up the list of names of people who supported us during today's show. There's a lot of ways to do that. Money is our favorite. We hate money, but we need it to eat. You're already playing more chords than she did.
Well, I'm trying to remember my chords.
Yeah. She just played the same ones over and over again. So join the Discord. Support us
What's
on
our
Patreon.
favorite chord?
Discord. Support us on Patreon if you want to. Or you can do things like these people. Like M. Grover for 16 months. Like Lil Brassy Atlas with $50. Thank you. I, Johnny Mac for 11 months.
No, I don't remember anything.
It's okay. You just play the same one over and over again
right.
like she did. That's fine. It's what she did. Grumpy Steen for 32 months said this resubscribe message has been redacted with a Sharpie. Oops. Z-Truck for 18 months said a full year and a half. Gosh dang. Miss Reapers gifting a sub. The Captain Awesome for 30 months. Skywalker gifting a sub to Toxic Gossip Train. Tybor with the 15 months. White Wolf Fan for 15 months. Lil Brassy Atlas for 26 months. Jelly PB for 22 months said thank you for the only news in existence. Blam It for 21 months said it's always 8 a.m., even when it's 9 a.m. Flatlander for 22 months said still here, not going anywhere. Obi for 16 months said need more Beezy. Bucks for the circus. I can read. C. Dandino said there's nothing toxic about this gossip train. And I was told I can sing this through for 15 months. Just now, we had El Grego for 23 months and David McDan with a 6.9 tip. And we got $6.90. 69. Nice.
25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope. For whatever that means.
Anthony, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at A Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. You can also listen to a new episode of my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns, with Jeff Kanata at wehaveconcerns.com. And in just 24 minutes, you can find me right here on this channel.
So true, Bestie.
Playing the Gloomhaven RPG.
Yeah, that's premiering over on YouTube, so go over there and check it out. The Gloomhaven RPG fucking owns. So we got to check it out. We'll see you there. You can find me everywhere on the internet at NotSage, but yeah, watch that. I'll be in the chat with you, watching it myself.
And then tonight, you can find us both playing Fiasco with some great people.
It's game night tonight, BBs, so we'll see you at 6 p.m. Pacific as well. Goodbye.
I'm not a groomer. I just like to kill puppies. What's so wrong with killing a dog and getting free child labor on the internet? I'm so quirky.